welcome to Crafting by the Falls. My name is Natalie. For anybody that is new, welcome, and I really hope you enjoy the content that I bring to you. And if you do enjoy it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And for all of you that are returning, I just want to say thank you so much, and thanks for spending your time with me. So this is being posted August 15th. I can't believe, where's the time gone? 2 more weeks, we're going to be into September. And then if you say in a month, September 22nd, we're going to be rolling over into fall. You know, we so look forward to summer, and then summer comes and it goes so quickly, but it is what it is. The kids will be going back to school shortly, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do is we will be bringing out the map. I have a couple more locations we gotta add to the map. Pretty excited about that. And what I'm gonna be doing today is a review of 7 kits. I've had them sitting in a basket beside my desk for probably a year and a half, and I have never done a review on them. So I think this is the time to do it. So I'm gonna pause the camera and we're gonna bring out the map. We'll add the pins, and then we will move on to the review. Here's the map, and today we have 3 places we need to add. So the first one we're going to be doing is Madrid, Spain. And that is, there's a mark and they're right in the middle of Spain. So there we go. So we got that one. Now the next one is Port Elizabeth, South Africa. And it's marked here on the map. So we're gonna stick the pin right here. And the last one we have to add is Vancouver, Washington. I have to say, I didn't know there was a Vancouver in Washington, so that was interesting to learn. I thought there was only a Vancouver up in Canada. So there are the 3 locations that I needed to add. I want to say thank you so much for letting me know where you're from, and welcome to the map. And if you would like to be added, down in the description box, please let me know where you're from, and I definitely would love to add you to the map. So I will pause and we will move on to the review. So are you ready for this review? So I have to tell you a little story before I even begin. All these kits that I'm going to be showing, except for the very last one, the last one I have reviewed, but I thought I would bring it out because we're going to be reviewing today all beaded cross stitch. Now, as I mentioned, I've had this in a basket beside my desk for over a year and a half. I know, how embarrassing. I ended up going to a crafting retreat last May, and I went over to the States for it. And I have to say, if you ever have the opportunity to go to a retreat, it is a blast. I wanted to step out of the box. I'm a very shy person, so I don't usually do things on my own, but I was pretty excited about this crafting retreat. So I took off and I went down, met a bunch of beautiful people and had a blast for the weekend. But while I was at the retreat, they had a lot of draws, and I ended up winning these. And what did I win? I ended up winning a whole bag full of beaded cross stitch. So that's what I'm going to be reviewing. So I'm going to start with this one. And so I can't give you the links to bring you to these kits. I just wanted to share them with you just to see the different beaded cross stitch that is out there. And so this is the first one. I'm gonna take it out of the package. I have opened these because of course I won them, right? So I gotta check them out. I think this is like from the Ukraine or Russia. I'm not quite sure because of the writing that is on the packaging. So this is the back, which, as I mentioned, is in a different language, but there is some illustrations down below. I'm gonna flip this open so we can see what's in the packaging. So that's just instructions here. And actually, I'm gonna set this here. So I'm gonna bring this up, and this is gonna be all beads. Isn't that awesome? I love the colors, and I think it'd be so great to do up for Easter. And I don't think it would take a lot of time because, as you can see, the rabbit is the size of my hand. So, and this would go, obviously we'll stick it in there, but this came with a little card, which I thought was so cute. It's blank inside, but it says, "There is no better gift than a handmade one." Isn't that the truth, eh? So here's the packaging that it came with. I'm gonna open it up. It's gonna be a review because I haven't looked at this for a long time. And I just dropped the package. So for this one, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you part of it, but there is the pattern. And at the very bottom, you can see have a total of 7 different colors. So very simple. We got, the packages are numbered. There we go. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. And then in this, we have the thread and a beading needle. So that is actually, as I look in there, I'm gonna open it up, but I have 2 different sized needles. But isn't that cute, the little wooden bobbin? But I'm gonna try to separate it so you can see that there is 2 different ones. So this is the first kit, and also there is a felt and this greenery that you can glue on here, and then this would go on the back so that you wouldn't see the stitches on the back. So that is the first kit. If anybody happens to know where you can purchase these kits, please leave it in the comments down below. I would love to know. I think these are great kits, and it'd be neat to purchase some more. So I'm gonna pause and we're gonna bring out the next kit. So here is the second kit that I'm gonna be reviewing. And I know I've seen these on AliExpress, and I have seen them on a couple of the budget-friendly companies. If you go under the beaded cross stitch, they will come up. But this one here is a little like keychain. So I'm just gonna set that aside. And there is some picture diagrams, but there's also a QR code, and there is part of the pattern, but as you can see, there's only going to be 4 different colored beads to this kit. So that's very simple. And so obviously you see we have the stuffing that's going to go inside. And here is, now this canvas, it is a plastic. It isn't material, but it's like a very soft, as you can see, type of plastic, but very simple. So you would do the beading on the one side and then the other side, and then you would fold it in half, obviously, and put the stuffing in. So we have, there's the bundle of thread, and I don't know if you can see, but this is clear thread, and then we got the red, black, and white, like DMC thread, and here is our beads. So check those out. I love the red. There's the black. Oh boy. There's the black. And there is the keychain for attaching if you want it as a keychain. So that one's very simple. So I'm gonna pause and we'll see what I'm gonna bring out next. So I have both these out because they're both the same thing, but different pictures. I'm gonna flip them over. And these are card holders for our debit cards or credit cards. So I'm gonna set this one aside. Britain, you're still here, but we'll go through that and we'll check this out. And so it is Winnie the Pooh. And there's the chart. And so this one you can see has 5 different beads. And I'm not quite sure what that would be. Maybe back stitch for maybe around here. I'm not quite sure. But also on the back, it shows you the instructions on how to do it and how to do the beading. I know not everybody's not into doing beading, but this is just to give you an example of the different kits that are out there. Now, as you can see, there was 2 needles that are very loose. You can see how fine they are. Whoops. They are very thin and longer. So I'm gonna set them on the black so I know where they are. So again, this is like the plastic type canvas, and you really wouldn't need the chart to follow the colors. But usually what you will do is you start in the one corner and work your way over and then come back and do it on and on and on. Instead of just doing one color, it'll be a continuous stitching. So here is all. I just found another needle. So I don't know if that was from the other kit. Maybe that was from the other kit. But check out, look at the blue and the white. Really cool. There's the red and there is the yellow. I really like those. I think that's gonna look really neat when it's done. And here's all the colored thread for the beads. So I don't know, maybe you're gonna have to comment in the comment box down below if you've done this before, because you know what, now that I'm thinking about this, how do you do this? Because I thought you would do it all in the same consecutive like stitches, but you're gonna have to change colors with the beads, right? Or do you just buy clear thread and use clear thread and stitch? Let me know. I'm gonna set this aside. Like I say, I've not done these, so it's new to me, and I have learned a lot from you. So if you want to leave a comment and help me out, I would appreciate it. So again, we have the chart, and here we have the beads. This is very simple. As you can see, it's only going to be 3 different colors. Check that out. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to open the package because you've seen in the other package, but there's the 3 different colored beads, and there's our threads. And I did see, yeah, there's a needle right there. So that is the beaded card holders. So I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna bring out the next one. Does that look familiar? And no, it is not a Joy Sunday kit. So I'm gonna open this up, gonna pull this out, set that aside. So this is the instructions, but this is the instructions on how to cross stitch. And this is a beaded cross stitch, but I'm gonna set that aside. This is the little guy. Well, I shouldn't say little because he's not so little. I'm gonna set this aside. And so this is, by the looks of it, the size of 11 count. And here is the chart. It is a very, I'm gonna flip it over so you don't see it, but it is smaller than a piece of paper. But I'll just give you a little sneak, but you can see it is printed well. And if you need to refer to it, you can, but you can see that the printing on the canvas is really clear. And this has a total of 11 colors. And if you didn't want to do it beaded, you could always do this just as a cross stitch. So I'm gonna show you, I'll set him right here. He's kind of cute, eh? Here are the colored threads. So I'm gonna set that there. And you can see that the beads came in this package, and take a quick look at them. It's a review for me too, because it's been a while and this basket keeps on staring at me and I go, I want to start one. So I may just start one. There's the blue. Ooh, look at those pinks. These are really nice. There's almost like a metallic to the green. Ooh, and even this one. Gotta love it. Ooh, this one too. Look at that. That one's clear. That one's almost like a pearl. Look at those. Ooh, I like these. So that is that kit. Now, you know what? Just looking at this, I am not seeing no needles. But as you can see, I have a lot of other kits that I can get a needle from, but yeah, no big deal. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna pause, and I'm looking really forward to doing this next kit. So, little update. As I was putting this kit away, look what I found. Did you guys see it in there? So we do have 2 needles, and again, they are fine, thin, longer needles, and it's not the same needles you would get on 11 count, but they are for beading. So my apologies, they were there all along. If anybody did you spot it and were screaming, yo, they're over there. Sorry about that. So this is the one that I've been looking forward to showing you and doing the review for, because this is something, this is actually why I really put my name in for this basket, because I seen this and I wanted it. So I'm going to pull it out. So set the bag aside, and so this is our instructions, and this is showing you how to do the back stitch, and I'll bring it up closer so you can see how they tell you to do it, and it has the arrows and pointing for the directions on how you loop it, starting at 1 going through. Okay, so this one is all about embroidery UA, how to stitch with seed beads. So there's a QR code, and it's for a YouTube video. And there's also here the half cross stitch and how to do it. So this one, the kit contains fabric with printed background, check beads, embroidery thread, embroidery needle, and full instructions. I'm gonna pause for a second. I have a tickle in my throat. I'm gonna get something to drink. Sorry about that. I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna flip this over so you can see it. We'll flip it this way. Check that out. Beautiful tulips. So I've seen these before, and I thought these are so neat on doing the beaded, because this is all printed, but all this is gonna be beadwork. So the beads are just gonna pop. I'm gonna bring it up so you can see the areas you would stitch. Isn't that cool? And then, as I mentioned, that's just gonna remain like that, but it will definitely make, oops, the beads pop. It is very soft, and I know these are one of the better kits. I have seen them on Amazon, and depending on what size you're getting and what you're looking at, they can be expensive, but I'm not quite sure where else you can purchase these. And again, I'm asking you, if you happen to know, leave it in the comments below. This is, by the looks of it, the company name. And right here, we have a total of 9 different colors. So I'm gonna set that there. And we have the Ziploc. I'll take a look at this. And as I mentioned, these are check beads, so they're supposed to be great beads to work with. And as you can see, they're numbered. That red, look at how stunning that is. Look at these greens. And there's more greens. I should put those over here, right? There we go. So you can get an idea for the green, the reds, and look at these. That's cool. And, oh, can't forget these little orange guys. They're probably going to be in the center right there. And then also, you do get a bobbin of thread and a needle. So this is the one I've been wanting to work on. And I think with this, if I was going to do this, I think I would use a hoop, so it definitely would be flat and get good stitches on that. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to bring out the last kit. So does this look familiar? This has been the latest fad for the beaded cross stitch, and I did get this. This was not in the bag of goodies that I won. This one I did do a review for, but I wanted to pull it out because, once again, it's a little bit different and I wanted to review it. So this is the one that I got, and this is really the only cross stitch that I have done beaded cross stitch. So let's see. So I'll put this to the side. So as you can see, there's the giraffe. There is a lot of brown beads, so I'm gonna stick that to the side. We can do that later. We have a large spool of thread, and this stuff is really nice. And obviously, this was the baggie that the beads came in. I'm gonna stick, let's see what's here. So here's the instructions, and of course it's not in English, but thank God for pictures. We can make out either you stitch in one direction, So the bottom right to the top left, and then coming back, you go from the top left to the bottom right, or you can do it in reverse order. Bottom left to top right, and then coming back top right to the bottom left. And we do have the chart. And then with this kit, it came with 11 different colors. And you can see here, it measures 92 by 106, or 276 stitches by 312. So I'm gonna stick that there, and we'll see what Natalie worked on when she did this. So this is 11 count. I know they do have 9 count. I don't have that, but it's out there, and I'm gonna show you how great the printing is. And these kits, you can get them from a lot of the budget-friendly companies, and that is, I only stitched 1 row. So as you can tell, I am no expert. So if you have any tips, please leave them in the description box. It'd be great, help out. And here are the different colored beads, and you can see that they're numbered, which is great. And there's that. There's 11, 10. So a lot of browns and beige in this. So I just thought of something. So I'm gonna pause. I have one more thing to show you. Yeah, I'll be right back. I can't believe I forgot this. I don't know where my head was. I wasn't thinking, but for some reason it got triggered when I just did this last kit. And it is this beading mat. Forgot all about it. I purchased this from Temu, and I'm gonna bring it up, but you can see it's very soft, and the back's the same. And then you have your different sections for the beads. So as I was mentioning, as you're doing a continuous stitch or whatever, you can always pour out so many different colored beads, and they won't roll around, and you can just keep on stitching. So I'm gonna pause, and we're gonna finish off this video. Here is everything that we reviewed today. I really hope you enjoyed this. A little bit different, but it just goes to show you that there is a lot of different beading cross stitch out there if that is something you're interested in. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. It just lets me know that you're enjoying the content. And a reminder that I do have a Facebook group, which is Crafting by the Falls with Natalie. It is a private group. It's a bunch of great ladies, and a lot of showing our finishes and our cross stitch progress, and of course shopping hauls. So if you want to come over and join us, that'd be great. So next time we will be doing a review of some more cross stitch kits, but I guess that's all. So take care. Thank you so much for spending your time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye for now.